Between 1989 and 1996, disappearances of homeless people, migrants, and minors were reported in neighborhoods surrounding the forest. The files were archived. If you hear whistling between the trees, they've already seen you.
Welcome back for another night. This is Friday Journals a Legend. Tonight we enter on the darkest place in this country, where story, the darkest reality, and explain mixed together, pain and hurt and bones. We're talking about infamous Catacombs of Chapultepec.
People think they are just ancient gates filled with remains from centuries ago, but the truth is for worse. Don't dare. It's not only the dead from 2000 or 3000 years ago, mixed among them are our ancestors.
Exactly, and we have the evidence. According to Mexico National Register of Missing Persons, there are over 113,000 people still missing as of 2026. Right beside those catacombs is the Dolores Cemetery, the largest cemetery in the city with 75 mass graves. More than 6,600 unidentified bodies rest here, and many sources confirm that because of humidity and the passage of time, some of those remains eventually filtered into the underground galleries.
Okay, today's topic is honestly pretty disturbing.
The so-called Catacombs of Chapultepec.
Which technically aren't even officially recognized as catacombs.
Exactly, but what makes it say creepy is the context around the area.
Especially because the Dolores Cemetery is literally nearby.
And that the biggest cemetery in the city.
Plus, there have been actual recoveries of human remains there recently.
So this episode is just about ghost stories.
It's more about the line between myth and reality.
So in 2025 and 2026, excavation starts again in common graves at Dolores Cemetery.
Yeah, and authorities found bone fragments complement remains even microfragments.
Which is honestly terrifying to think about.
Especially because not all of those people were identified.
Some still have no names.
And that where people start connecting the rumors, right?
Some theories even connect it to older burials from the revolution.
To be clear, so there's no official confirmation of actual catacombs.
But there are real reports involving remains and forensic investigations in the area.
What makes it even creepier is how Chapultepec is.
Right, like that area as a center of the story.
Some theories even connect it to other burials from the revolution.
Or after 1968 and the 1985 earthquake.
Which again is officially proven.
But honestly, Mexico's history makes people question things.
Especially with how many identified bodies and common graves exist today.
That's what gave the rumors so much weight.
And this gets darker when you bring up disappearances.
Mexico currently has more than 100,000 missing persons.
Which is a horrifying number.
Search collectives and mothers searching for their children have been exposing this for years.
Meanwhile, clandestine groups connected to organized crime keep appearing.
More than remains having bodies identified fragments.
country. That's why places like Chapultepec scare people.
Not because of monsters.
But because some of the horror is real.
Maybe the catacombs of Chapultepec are just a myth.
Or maybe they real fear comes from everything real beneath the story.
Unidentified remains.
Families still searching. Families still searching.
In a city carrying memories nobody wants to talk about.
Because sometimes reality is scarier than legends.
Close your eye for a second. Imagine you're talking through the ground, always Chapultepec castle. You see the marflows, the golden mirrors, the heavy belt curtain, a false place of elegance. But what I told you, right? Beneath your feet, buried under centuries of dirt and rock, lies a labyrinth of darkness. The whispered beneath the castle, a tale of Chapultepec's catacombs. If you visit Chapultepec Castle today, you will be amazed by its grand architecture, the beautiful view of Mexico City, and the elegance the rooms where Emperor Maximiliano Alfred and President Porfirio Diaz once lived, with beneath Polish marble floor and the lush the garden. There is another world, a world of dark, gold, stone, and secrets. They'll call them the Catacombs of Chapultepec. Officially, they are a network of old architects, storerooms, and secret escapes tunnels during the colonial era and expanded during the 5th-9th century. But about what happens down there, the sun goes down. The melting weight of the story takes place about years ago. A folk and young Nike's world named Mateo is a wild first week of the year. Mateo is aesthetic, believe in ghosts and looks, urban legends. The tall Chapultepec has an old, beautiful park. It was exactly in a rhyme to say Mateo was doing his round near the base of fall, close to Cave of Calco, a place the Aztecs believed was a portal of the wonderful, has the shine of flashing through a heavy rain. Hey, nothing sometime is rain, a heavy golden door. Then I was unusually locked. Think what is. Mateo pushes the door open, a rush of cold. Then there is a face, slimming for all, heard and century of dust. The head stayed inside, into the deep. As Mateo welcomed deeper, the sound of the rain outside faded into absolute silence. The tunnel went down at a steep angle. It's a flashing, silk hair casting long, dancing shadows on the stone walls. He notes the architecture changing. It has started a 50th century breakup. The folk there they went, the older distant looked. Eventually, he arranged a large circular chamber. In the center was on a light or grate, all purified in the ground. Suddenly, Mateo heard a sound. Tap, tap, tap. It's only like its footsteps, but not have you reached another word. It had sounded like the delicate fragment flagging on nature shows and stone. It's another door, Mateo calling out. His voice temporarily shining, the holding response while edge off in the voice. But the temperature drastically. The cold sea will break in the heart. The illusion appeared there. The click sound is stupid. Right behind him, Mateo froze. He slowly turning around, racing in the flying. Toward him like he was a figure standing in the corridor. The man was tall, wearing the elegant military coat with golden embroidery. Typical if the head along, bringing free Mateo, whispering a hard, difficult, low-key, exactly Emperador Maximilian. but something was wrong. The figure was fully solid. The light of Mateo flashing seemed to pass right through him, illuminating the dark wall being. The spray wasn't looking at Mateo. It was staring at the group, writing his hands in the deep sorrow, grasping words in a language Mateo could understand, birds, German, or French. Terrified, Mateo dropped it flashing. It started poking the catacomb into pitch black darkness. The escape. In the dark, the whispered great louder. It was you, on the voice. Anymore, Mateo could hear the faint sound of old whites flying far away, mixes white, the crying of woman, Carlota, birds, and the distant clashing of straws. The catacombs were alive with the edge of a story. Panic took over. Mateo turned and the rambling, scraping his hands against the round stone walls to the guys in halls. The cold felt a cold freeze following him, like a hand reaching out to grab his jacket. The rain up declining, easy heard, hymning against the sheets, until finally was faint line of bright light, the burns thrown, the golden door collapsing onto the west grass of the Chapultepec forest, gasping for air under the rain. The morning after, the next morning, Mateo hands in the ration, they never spoke to media about the town story is closest friend. Who passes it down? Today is you asked the older barn, ranges about the tunnels handed the castle, with the smile nervous and change the subjective. The night that some the doors are meant to still locked, and the deck the story Mexico. Do you live in the textbook sometime is still walk the catacomb of Chapultepec, waiting for the dark to remember what it wasn't to be. Mateo never went back to the castle. The chain is phone number moved out to a different part of the city and took a dog home. But his friends say that today never in rain having a Mateo teach mind window starting to dark as it is him stabilizing for distance underground whispers. The official storybooks will tell you that the tunnels went the castle are the old infrastructure architect and storerooms long forgotten, but Chapultepec is a site. It's what scarred as the site of Blondie, Vandefall, and the Imperial Residence, and the absolute heart of nation's secrets. Science say energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. But God's story says sometime else. That interesting story can you trap it in cold stone, waiting in the dark for something dark, big wake up. So the next time you visit Chapultepec Castle on a beautiful sunny afternoon, just look at the view. Take a second to look down the earth in your feet. And remember, some doors are meant to stay closed, and some secrets are meant to stay quiet. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Enjoy this your home in the dark. Make it sure follow us, leaving a review and share the story with any you love a good mystery.